Happy Techo Kaigi Day. There are a couple of us streaming today our Techo Kaigi. I think Judy, Tokubetsu Memory, streamed earlier this morning, and I think Queen Panda is streaming right now about their Techo Kaigi, and then I'll be talking about mine with all of this stuff on my table. And then we're gonna go ahead and raid Oh Hi Joy, and I believe Penguin's Creative is afterwards. So it'll be a fun day, I think, of Techo Kaigi streams. Hello, Mech Penthusiast, welcome, welcome. And I think most of you here are familiar with the concept of Techo Kaigi, but if you are unfamiliar, you can always use the command Techo Kaigi, which I have added to the title of the stream. But basically it's an overview of your planning system, how it's worked out for you this year, and typically also when we talk about the next year Techo Kaigi, you're mainly also talking about what planners and notebooks you're using for next year, and in this case that's 2024. I don't know how the rest of you feel, but I don't feel quite ready for 2024. Like, a part of me is kind of ready because I've been staring at like 2024 planners for a while now. Like, I've had all of these for a while now, so a part of me is like, yeah, I've seen it like a million times on my planners, like I'm ready. But another part of me is not quite ready. So there you go. Raven, hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you for using the Techo Kaigi command. So yeah, I kept that from last year. I realized I still had that command, so I just basically enabled it again. Penguin's Creative says, I have already started decorating all of mine. I have managed to hold myself back. So again, some context here. Most of us get our planners for next year quite early, I think. Especially with like the Hobonichi release being in like September. A lot of us have our 2024 stuff a couple months in advance. And so by the time it's like October, November, not everyone, but most people have their lineups kind of like ready for next year. At least like they're in your door, you know, they're in your room and you're kind of like still thinking about it and trying to figure out how you should set it up and stuff. So some people dive in right away. And I'm one of those people that likes to wait until the last week of the year to decorate my stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Everything I'm showing here to you today is like pretty new and it hasn't really been decorated or anything. But yeah. Amanda says, I can't wait to start using my Hobonichi 2024 cousin. I'm excited for you. Ethereal Introvert says, my mind is always ahead, I'm ready, and then when it gets here, I'm ready for the next thing. There are so many options as well nowadays, so I can definitely understand that. Broken Halo, welcome, welcome, hello. All right, so I keep just showing you my things. Let me just set aside some stuff and get started on talking about my Techo Kaigi. I brought all these things over. There's just a lot going on here, but okay. Mr. West, hello, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Oh, are you streaming later today as well? I think you're streaming after Penguin's Creative, right? Is that still happening? Because I saw that and I was like, oh, how exciting. So adding to the Techo Kaigi lineup is Mr. West. He'll be streaming after Penguin's Creative. Raven, Blackheart, I really want to start on my 2024 stuff, but I'm trying to force myself to at least try and catch up on stuff first before I touch them. I totally understand. Mr. West says that's the goal if my MacBook will keep up. Fingers crossed. I hope you can stream today. That will be very exciting. All right. So first up in my lineup is my planner, and this is my plotter in the 5th anniversary Lichio Green. It's just got the little Travelers Company badge on it. I don't know, I just thought it was cute and I wanted to put it on the bookmark so I could kind of slide it across. It's been there for a long time. I've just had it here for a while. I've used this for all of this year as a planner. And before that, I had it for like a month or two in 2022, and that was more for like creative stuff. But I've had this for a while now. This is my word of the year this year, grounded. And this is just a coaster from Pokemon Cafe that I hole punched and put in here because it's cute. And then this piece is actually part of like a coffee package I got. I really enjoy Proyecto Diaz coffee, and one of the founders, he also illustrates the drawings for the labels and such. Like he draws these himself. So I thought it was really cool. This postcard, or it was a bit bigger than this, and it came with the coffee order. So I just hole punched it and made it my little dashboard. And yeah, I mean, the setup is pretty, I don't know, there's nothing too surprising about it. I can show you November, I think. Yeah, just because December and all the other months have like other birthdays and stuff, which I am actually gonna try and fix next year, because there's like people's birthdays scattered across and stuff. So it's a little bit harder for me to share my planner pages, and I would like to share more of this next year. So I'm going to go ahead and change all my birthdays to Google Calendar, thanks to Ohai Joy for the idea. And so this is my monthly. I just keep track of like spending, key events, and things along those lines. Nothing too wild. And then let me see, hold on. Oh, and then I have a couple of, this is where I actually did my Techo Kaigi. So I wrote down like a September 2023 Techo Kaigi, like a July 2023, like things that I want to use for next year. And remind me to get into this at some point, because these are things that I considered, but ultimately decided were not for me. So these are some of the items where I was like, shiny, but not for me. And then this is a little bit of last week, again, just to keep things a little bit more consistent here. But I just use this as a, I don't know, like a to-do list. Yeah, most of November is actually pretty safe in terms of like personal info and stuff. But yeah, I keep track of like YouTube videos that are coming out, my to-dos. I actually switched this bookmark to a red color just to make it a little bit like more festive. I don't know. It was like a camel color before, and I switched it to a red color. Let's see here. And then the next section is sort of like a creative section. So I just kind of keep track of like video ideas and such. I should actually cross some of these off because I did that already. So I like to go ahead and just check off any videos that I've done, and I have like thoughts and ideas for like upcoming videos and things. It gives me peace of mind to plan videos in advance. So there is that, and there are some ideas for next year. And then the third section is just like miscellaneous. I just keep some extra papers in here, and I don't usually reach for this section too often, but it's here in case I need it. That's kind of like how I use it. And this has worked really well for me. I just use this Hours pen. I don't know if you all remember when this first came out, there was a gel pen version and a fountain pen version. And I still use this every single day with the Sarasa. It's not the Sarasa Dry. One second. Oh, Sarasa Mark On. Here. I have the refill here. It's the Sarasa Mark On in 0.4. Hello, Mrs. G's Crafties. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. Hope you're doing well. So this is the same refill that I just use in here. It fits really nicely. I don't really need to adjust it or anything. I guess the color is a little bit different, but that's okay. So that is what I use. I use this every single day with this plotter, and surprisingly this piece, like the art, it hasn't really rubbed off or anything. I don't really see too many dings or anything like that. I think there's like a tiny one up here, but it's lasted really well. So I really enjoy this pen and this combination. So with that being said, my planner, it works. I don't really see a need to move away from it. This is my personal planner, so let me just clarify. A lot of my work stuff, everything for work actually is digital. So I already do everything for work on Google Calendar and on Notion, so I don't really need a written planner for that. Welcome, welcome, Queen Panda. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome everybody. Mac VSP, welcome. Kiara the Bard, welcome to the stream. Queen Panda, thank you again for the Panda raid. Hope you had a wonderful stream. Thank you so much for being here. I was just going over my planner and basically saying that this worked well for me this year, so I'm going to continue using it next year. I picked up the monthly and weekly schedules from the San Francisco Pen Show this year in August, at the end of August. So I've had these since then, and I just haven't, broken into them yet, but I will go ahead and set those up at the end of this year, and I'm very excited for that. Yes, we did. That's good to hear. Thank you again so much for the raid. I appreciate it. So yeah, and I know some people are kind of experimenting with rings and stuff. That's at least what I have seen, and I personally really love the small rings of the plotter. It's just something I really enjoy, and I keep 3 months of weeks in here. Right now it's only 2 because it's November and then I have December in there. Well, it's December now, but I still have my November inserts in there. But typically I would have, let's say, like October to December. But right now I just don't have January in there because I want to wait to set up next year first. And it's aged really well. I don't know. I really enjoy seeing it patina with time, and I really love it. So I'm just gonna continue using the same thing for next year. So it's nice to not make a change actually and just stick with something that has been working for me. So that is what my personal planner situation is going to be. Hello Forever Rangy Top, welcome. Thank you for being here. So that's my planner. Pink Pearl, welcome. Hope you're doing well. So I'll keep it in this corner over here. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Okay. And then this is, surprise, gasp, I will be using a traveler's notebook next year. Like, what? Yeah, no, I love traveler's notebooks. I'm making fun of myself because I basically use it every single year. What? I'm shocked. I know, it's so surprising. I only have like 5 regular size traveler's notebooks and 2 passport covers. I wonder why I'm using traveler's notebooks. But yeah, this is the cover that I have my ephemera journal in at the moment. And I'm gonna start off the year in this Tokyo Station cover next year. Gasp, traveler's notebook. Oh my gosh, there's a Santa hat Kappa claws. That's such a good emote. That's so good. Thank you for sharing that disaster piece. That's so funny. I got the Tokyo Station TN when I went to Japan too. Nice. Yeah, I also got this at Tokyo Station Traveler's Factory, and it was very special because I got to buy it myself on location. Thea, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you're doing well. Just doing my Techo Kaigi today. So I am gonna use this as a memory keeper next year, but I'm just gonna do it free form in one of my many limited edition inserts. So these are just examples that I have brought out today to show you, but there are a lot. I have a lot of inserts. And I'm always like, I'll save it for a trip. I'll wait until something special comes up. But I don't want to do that anymore. There are too many of them, and I'm just going to use them to journal. And I'm going to have like a washi sticker calendar next year. So any day that I decide to journal, I can just put a sticker down and then just keep going. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's see here. I decided I won't go on any trips next year to focus on paying off my student loan and use it for road trips only. That sounds like a great plan. Let's see if I missed anything else in chat. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Okay, so this year, what I did for memory keeping, I used this TSL Kurashiki Black Traveler's Notebook. Ever since I got this customized in Kurashiki in March, I've just been using it. And this is my weekly for this year. And I really enjoy it. I've set up the dates at least for the rest of this year so that I can finish it up. There's like 2 extra spreads. I don't know, maybe I'll just put photos there or something. Not really sure yet, but this is the July to December. It's undated, so I'm just dating it myself as I go. I respect so much how you're able to use the nice things. I have actually been inspired by Penguin's Creative and Job's Journal to do that. Penguin's Creative, I know, uses like all the nice inserts that she has as like an overfill memory keep that spills over from her Hobonichi, and I'm like, you know what, like I love seeing all the completed inserts, and they're just in like the really nice like limited edition ones. So I was like, I'm gonna do the same. So directly inspired by that. Washi calendar, you say, what brand are you using? It's the UR tape one with the a lot of the Taiwanese artists collab together and they create like a month each. I got it from Judy's shop. So I have one of those coming. It's not here with me yet, but I'll be using that next year. Wow, Penguin's Creative used 10 special edition inserts this year. I love that. I hope to have maybe half as many as that next year. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's the that washi sticker one. I really love that one. So yeah, this is kind of how I've been memory keeping this year, and I really enjoy this. That's the sad part, is when all of this is completed, I love flipping through it and looking at the memories, and in this particular like weekly way, it's very satisfying and I love how this looks. But the problem is when I'm on a trip, like here, this was a week when I was in New York. Biberoni, hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. So I just kind of did a quick summary and pasted some extra ephemera and leftover stickers and things like that. But doing this kind of feels like a little bit more like homework. And I have to admit that that's completely on me. This is undated for a reason. So I could have just skipped this week entirely and not have written anything in here. I could have just skipped over to this week, for example. But I found that I do like having some sort of overview of each week in this insert. So I filled it in anyway, which I don't know. It doesn't make the most sense to me either. But because of that, it just feels a little bit more like homework. And when I have multiple projects going on, so I have like a travel journal and December daily and this, it just feels a little bit redundant to me. So I am no longer doing this weekly format next year. I'm just gonna take an insert, put a sticker down for the date that I want to journal about, and then I'll just go ahead and journal about that day. And it's probably not going to be every day. So that is my plan for memory keeping next year. I am also planning to change my traveler's notebook cover often because I have more of them now. So like I got these two in Japan. I have my olive, I have my brown. I actually have it here. Hold on. This is what I am using to store my traveler's notebook. This is Mr. Bird. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the brand name right now for some reason. Yamadoro? Yeah, Yamadoro pouch that I got from Creative Expo last year, I think. And this is what I'm using to store the traveler's notebooks that I'm not using. I thought about putting it away in a box of some kind, but I didn't want the leather to get stuck inside. Like I kind of wanted them to breathe a little bit, so this is where they are. But yeah, I have my camel passport, which is not being used right now. I have my olive regular. Let's see. There's some other pouches in there too. So I have my airline. This is the blue one. And I have my brown custom. This is the one I've showed many times before, but this is the to and fro. So yeah, I have other covers and I need to switch into them more often. I miss them. I miss using them. I just like for some reason don't switch them out too much. Let me put it away real quick. So that is what I'm hoping to do next year is I'm gonna start in this Tokyo Station traveler's notebook and then I'm gonna change it out hopefully every month and just to like circle back around to all my traveler's notebooks and the covers. Peachy Green Paper says, I don't love the weekly too much. I mean, it feels like too much on top of others. Yeah, it's like I have other journals and I don't want journaling to feel like homework. Like I don't want it to feel like, oh, I didn't do that this week. Like that's not really how I want to approach memory keeping. I want to do it when I want to do it. So that is my approach with Traveler's Notebook regular size next year. Every month, yay, every cover gets a chance. Exactly. And I'll eventually come back around to this Tokyo Station cover. Even if I go in order, I'll come back to it during the same year anyway. So I'm excited to actually make use of different covers that I have instead of like designating a cover to something because I don't have that many uses for my traveler's notebooks. I use it for memory keeping and travel. That's pretty much what I use it for. So I don't have a lot of like project notebooks. I know a lot of people like to designate like this TN is for cafe journaling, this TN is for travel, this TN is for everyday, like stuff like that. And I would love to be able to do that, but I just don't use traveler's notebooks that way. So gotta change it out when I can. So that is the memory keeper for next year. Okay, I'm gonna do another coffee sip break. Okay, oops, this fell out of my TSL Kurashiki Traveler's Notebook. Let me go ahead and put that back in. But that actually reminds me, I haven't opened the Traveler's Town stuff too closely. Like I've opened it in the sense that I've checked it out, but they're all kind of sitting here. Here they are. So here's the 2024 theme from Traveler's Company, and I loved it so much I basically bought one of each thing. I don't normally buy these folders either, but they're so cute and I really like them, so I purchased both. And then the pencil boards I do tend to buy every single year. So they're still in their little plastic wrap. And the 2024 diary. So I'll definitely be breaking this out because I'm gonna use these stickers to decorate my journals for next year. I'm also gonna use these tabs for like my plotter because that's what I have on my monthlies right here. These are the regular size traveler's notebook tabs and they are like indestructible. I don't know, it's like you can bend them, you can try to fold them, but they are very sturdy and I really like them for that. So that's what I'm gonna use again, but for 2024. So I gotta combine these. These have to come together. So I am planning to do that at the very end of this year. Such a good theme every year. How do they keep getting better? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, every year they get me with their theme because last year's was coffee and notebooks and I was like, hello. It's perfect. So that's the Traveler's Town theme goodies that I have from Traveler's Company. Love them. Will use them for sure alongside my TN next year. Very cute small live. Thank you. I was so happy when I got this coaster at Pokemon Cafe. I went to the one in Osaka earlier this year and this is like a free coaster that they just give to you from like one of their apron pockets, like the workers there, if you order a drink, I think that's how it works. And so you could get like a couple choices and I got Small Live. So I was like, oh my gosh. I actually also got a Small Live plushie from Pokemon Center and it's sitting in our living room couch. It's the softest thing and it's not small. It's actually, the Small Live plushie is like probably as big as this screen. I don't know that it would fit on this screen. So I had to make room for it in our luggage, but it was totally worth it. So Scientist Plans, hello, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. It's perfect. Yeah. Okay. So how are we doing on time? I think we're doing okay. We're half an hour in and I am through 2 things and this is my 3rd thing and I only have 4 books to share. So maybe we'll just have some extra time at the end to just chit chat and catch up or something until we raid joy. So this is the 3rd book. This is the Hobonichi Weeks. Ooh. My lighting is a bit tricky here, so I think this is a good spot for it to be so it's not too much glare for you all. This is the Hobonichi Weeks in the... I can never remember the full name of this one. It's the Falling Star something something Night Sparklers one. I always have to look it up online on the Hobonichi website and then like copy paste it for me to remember. I think it's like another night of falling night sparklers. I don't know, but this is foiled, so it's really pretty. I fell in love with this design right away, and I had sort of wanted to try Hobonichi Weeks for a while. I mean, it's a very popular planner and notebook for a reason. Very practical layout, really good size, and that's actually what won me over. But also this design, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Scientist Plan says it's the longest name. I call it Black Cat. Perfect, that works. That continues on the back design as well. This is by the artist Hiroko Kubota, who also illustrated the A6 cover that I'm using for this year. This is the same artist. You can probably see like the vibe is the same. So I call it Sparkle Sparkle Cats. Cat holds sparkler, falling night boats, dark moon on top cover. These are all great names. You chose such a great one to start with. This is my first Hobonichi Weeks. Yeah, I have never used the Hobonichi Weeks. I have used the A6. Well, this is for this year, so I'm using it this year as a health journal. This is the one-piece edition. I can actually show you a fun page that I haven't used yet because I was like, oh, I didn't know it was Chopper's birthday on Christmas Eve. But you get like a little character illustration on their birthday, like the main characters. It's so cute, and I love One Piece. So I've been using this year as a health journal. I don't know if there are pages I can show you off the top of my head because it's like super personal, and I don't know if you can see that, but there's not a lot of decoration in here. It's mostly just all writing. But it has been well used, and I basically, let's go back to that Chopper page. I use the top bullet points here, the little boxes here, to track breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and exercise, just as like a very casual tracking of meals. I don't really track calories or anything right now. It's basically just to make sure that I get a balanced diet in my system. So, for example, if like on the 23rd I had like not a lot of vegetables, then I make sure that I have vegetables on the 24th. I sound like a child, but I also have the palate of a child, so I'm not like the biggest vegetable fan. But as I'm getting older, my body is like, you need a balanced diet. What are you doing? And so that's part of the reason I started using this as a health journal. And then this open area, I used to use it for checking in with myself, like physically, mentally, how am I doing? But then it kind of changed into just like me jotting down my everyday stuff, just like what happened today and stuff like that. So right now, this is like a weird mishmash of health journal and daily notes, which isn't working the best for me. So that's why I'm making the change to the 2 notebooks that I'm going to show you next. Pink Pearl says, I had to get the One Piece Han. It's so cute, but I know nothing of One Piece. Hopefully my 11-year-old can make use of it next year. That's awesome. Yeah, One Piece is it can be a very long and intimidating series to get into, especially at this point in time, but I am very much enjoying it. So this, the Hobonichi Weeks, getting back to this, is going to be my health journal for 2024. I got the English version. Not that the English versus Japanese version matters too much to me, but yeah. Yanagi Kuri says, I'm trying to incorporate veggies at breakfast for a more anti-inflammatory diet, but it's hard without eggs, so trying some egg and veggie baked dishes this weekend. That sounds awesome. I went to the One Piece statues in Kumamoto during our Japan trip. How awesome. I'm saying awesome a lot. Sorry. But that's exciting. So the monthly layout here in the Hobonichi Weeks, I'm going to use it in the same way that I use the monthly in the A6 Techo right now, which is to just track a couple things for my physical things, and then also just to write little notes about any symptoms that I have, or if I have, any issues or anything like that, just kind of writing those things down as a summary. So that way, when I do have a doctor's appointment about something, I can easily go back and say, oh yeah, that started on April 22nd, or, like I feel like that's really important when you go chat with a professional, and having a record of that can be really helpful. And then the weekly pages here, I'm still gonna do the breakfast, lunch, dinner tracking, and Hobonichi Weeks has this little, I don't know what to call these, like sections where you can easily, so this way you can just easily take a ruler and just go straight down. So you can split this into 3 sections. So I think that's gonna be like the breakfast, lunch, and dinner for me. And then on the right hand side, I'm gonna track a little bit more of my movement in more detail. So right now, because I'm only using the bullet points on the Hobonichi A6, I am just using the bullet points here. So I'm just writing like 30-minute walk, 30-minute Peloton ride, 30-minute yoga, and things like that. But I'm not really writing about how I felt about the exercise. Did I push myself? Did it feel good afterwards? Would I do this class again? Things like that. Like, I'm not really taking the time to reflect on my movement choices and what works for me and maybe doesn't work for me. So I have more free space to do that next year. So I want to do that on the right hand side of the weekly pages. And then we have the back pages, which is just notes. And I love that the Hobonichi Weeks comes with this. So it's got 72 pages to start, and then if you have the Hobonichi Weeks Mega, it has more. I can't remember how many more off the top of my head, but it's a lot more, I think. So I'm hoping the 72 pages will be enough. These are just going to be like appointment notes. If I do go to the doctor, I also started therapy this year, so I am going to keep track of that here too. So I personally go once every 2 weeks. So I think I'm just gonna keep track of what I talked about with my therapist, any practices or habits that I want to try and implement before the next session. I also get, worksheets and other materials to review after my session. So like, how did I feel about those? Maybe write some of those insights in here. So that is what the back pages are going to be for. Yanagi says, I'm doing a fitness thing like that in a weekly Passport Traveler's Notebook for the first time next year. That sounds like a great idea too. Very small and like not intimidating. I think Passport is a great size to try new projects in or new tracking things in because it's so small, you can carry it around really easily, and it's not like a big empty space for you to fill. Biberoni says, I should really do a health journal this year. Was told by the doctor to follow a special diet and I'm so bad at it. It can be really challenging, especially when it comes to like meals and snacks. So if it helps, definitely, maybe you can do something similar to Yanagi where you can buy like an undated Passport weekly insert or something. And that way you can kind of try it and see how it goes, because those are pretty affordable and it's like a lower barrier to entry, I feel like, to doing something like a health journal. So yeah, hopefully that'll help. But that is my plan for the Hobonichi Weeks. I think it's one of the few planners where I have things planned out for almost every section. The only part that I haven't quite decided how to use is this part. This part in every Hobonichi, I'm like, I don't really know what to use this for. So I might not end up using this page, but it's not too much of a big deal for me because this is just one spread. Whereas pretty much everything else, like all the monthly spreads, weekly spreads, and the notes in the back will be filled. So there is that. I also bought a clear cover to just house this in. I don't know for sure if this is going to work out long term. I'm hoping that it will work better than the A6 Techo this year, but there's no guarantee there, right? Because it's my first time trying the Hobonichi Weeks. So I was very tempted to invest in a nicer cover because if you can tell, I like nicer leather covers, but I held back. I was like, no, like, let's be realistic. I don't know if this format is going to work for me long term. And what if it doesn't? Then I end up with a leather cover for like such a specific size notebook. And it's just going to be for the weeks. Like, it's not like an A6 cover or even like a B6 Slim cover. If you get it in like the Jibun Techo size, then you can use it for like other B6 Slims like Nanami paper and stuff. They're roughly the same size. But the weeks is just the weeks. So I was like, let me just, Penguin's Creative said, test the water first. So I just got the clear cover from Hobonichi just so I'm able to bring it with me to appointments. If I do need to go see the doctor, my primary care physician, I can just bring this with me. And I also think that this size is nicer to bring around. It's not like the A6 is super heavy or anything, but when I do need to go to the doctor, I often find myself jotting down notes somewhere else, and I just bring that piece of paper, but I take notes from here and I like rewrite them, or I type it on my phone and then I bring that, because this seems a little like hefty to bring. I usually have like a smaller bag on me, so I think this will be a great size for that too. So I'm really looking forward to like actually just putting my health notes in here and just like bringing it with me. So Pink Pearl says, I bought a leather cover off of Etsy during my first year of weeks. I haven't used this since then. Yeah, it's just a really specific size, I feel. So I'm gonna use it with this pencil board. This is the same artist, and it's like the pencil board of like the, I don't know, this isn't quite the night sky, but there was a name for this too, and I can't remember anymore. It was a while ago when I ordered it, but it's gonna go with that. And then this is index stickers from Johan Studio. And this is also inspired by Penguin's Creative, because I think she used either this one or something similar on one of her notebooks. They're basically index stickers, so you can see it has 1 through 12 and a couple other ones if you want to use them for things, but they're very cute and they're like dessert themed. It's really fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this to tab my weeks for the months. Giraffe stares up at train across Golden Plain House. That is also another great title for the name of this item. Yanagi says, I used the weeks with the cover for the first time this year, the clear cover, and I really like it. Yeah, it's got some really functional pockets and stuff. I'm looking forward to that. And the back as well, there's like a little pen holder. It also comes with a clear pocket, which I think I'm gonna have to place like right here, because then this side will be in the clear cover. So yeah. I've heard great things about the weeks and the clear cover together, so really excited to use this as a health journal for 2024. Okay, take another coffee break. Last but not least is my little note as my daily log. So I have a few other things with it that I'm planning to use together, but this is the gist of it. And this is really small. It's, I think, a little skinnier than a passport size. This, I think, is more like a mini size in a plotter insert. So I have a 5mm dot grid in the mini size. I have a plotter mini as my wallet right now, so I do like to put some of these dot grid pages in the back to take random notes and things. And it's kind of like, if you look at the inside notebook, I think it's closer to this size actually than a passport. Because the passport is like a teeny, this is just a pencil board, but it's like wider. So this does fit in a passport size notebook, which is why I have it here, which is really great. But I think the body size of the notebook is much closer to a mini 6 or like a pocket size. So this is a teeny tiny Nolty. I really like the design of this. I do admit that I did not know that this planner existed until I saw it on Instagram, and I love the simplicity of how this looks. I love that there is an open notes section on the weekly pages, so you can track like little events and then just write however you want. You don't have to use it like this vertically, which would have would not have worked for me, but it doesn't really matter now. You can just like use it however you want. It's so cute. Yes, and then there is a perforated corner on each and every page, so you can rip it off when you're done with that week. And that way, because this doesn't come with any bookmarks, you can just kind of like find where your page is based on the perforation, which I love. Yeah, it's such a nice touch, and it's on pretty much every single page. Is it on the monthlies as well? I don't think it's on the monthlies. Yeah, it's not on the monthlies, so I might have to tab that myself just to get an easier access to it, but all the weekly pages have it, which I think is so nice. And then in the back there are just a couple extra notes pages. And then it comes with a little grid booklet. And this is just the same grid size and everything, same color. It's just an extra little booklet, which I think is so cute. I remembered Sushi used a Nolty previously. It has so many formats. Yeah, and the Stationery Cafe website has a great summary of the Nolty planners. Oh, thank you for redeeming Hydrate. I have not hydrated properly. It's my water bottle. I'm gonna go ahead and take a sip. Okay, so I am just planning to use this as a daily log. Kind of going back to what I said about my traveler's notebook and how the weekly doesn't really work for me anymore, and how I'm just gonna journal about things if I want to, and if not, I'm not going to. I think a quick daily log will really help me with that. So here I'm planning to just write like little things that happened. If I tried anything new, like a new restaurant or something, and did I like it or not like it? If I went to see a friend and we did something together fun, and then I'll just write about that. And so it's just like little quick snippets and bullet points of things so that I don't forget. One of the main reasons that I use notebooks and planners in the first place is that otherwise I'll forget a lot of stuff. Like I won't remember what I ate for lunch like the previous day. I feel like I have very selective memory. Certain things like about work or my projects or like my YouTube or what have you, I'll remember very clearly. But other things that I guess maybe I'm not as invested in, I'll just like forget about it. But sometimes I do want to journal about those everyday mundane things too, so yeah, so I do want a quick sort of a jot down of what happened, and when I do feel like breaking out my washi tape and PT tape, stickers, like all of that fun stuff that I still really enjoy using, then I'll take out my traveler's notebook, I'll kind of refer back to this, and then I'll actually write about it more in length. I'll decorate the page, I'll do a whole spread, what have you. So that is kind of how I want to approach my journaling next year, so that it doesn't feel like I'm writing about the exact same things twice on different things. This is just more like a quick daily log, and this will be my creative journaling. So yeah, Biberoni says, having a tiny daily log has saved me so that I'm not stressing out and anxious about catching up with my memory keeping or my 5-year journal. Yeah, I think it's just a good way for me to keep track of like the little things that I want to remember. And even if I don't end up journaling about it in my traveler's notebook, I think I'll still enjoy having this at the end of the year filled out, if that makes sense, because I can still scroll through it. I can still flip through it and just really enjoy like the little things that have happened. Hopefully that makes sense. So how I'm planning to use this is, I don't think I'm gonna actually use this cover that it comes with. So I'm gonna take it out of its cover. It looks like a Midori MD notebook, honestly, with the cover being like this. And I bought this passport size zipper case, and this part has a little piece right here where you can insert a notebook. So I'm basically going to insert the back of this notebook into that, so we'll have like a little more protection, I guess. And then I'm going to put it inside of my passport notebook through the main string, so that should fit nicely. I did test it in a past YouTube video and it worked really nicely. I love this particular passport notebook. It's the Olive passport. I love Olive, so I might be biased, but I also customized this earlier this year during a trip to San Diego. And oh, actually these two pieces are painted by Penguins Creative, the sea and the cherry blossom. So thank you, April. And then this part, I put washi tape on here and I did it myself with leather paint. So there is that. And I have some charms on here. So I am really looking forward to bringing this into my regular rotation next year. So basically my everyday carry will be this Nolty in the Passport Traveler's Notebook, and then my Plotter Mini as my wallet. Hello from Disney. Hello, Jasmine. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for dropping by. I hope you're having fun. Penguins Creative says, can you help me look for the Boba Fett headband? Hope you're having fun, Jasmine. Enjoy your day at Disney. Thank you for saying hello. Oh, and also something I forgot to mention is, I'm just gonna put this back into the cover for now. I am also going to use a couple other elements with this. This is like a really fun one, and I'm really excited to set this up because a couple different things are gonna come into play here. So I'm gonna use this Hobonichi pen that I got with my weeks, but I'm gonna use it with this notebook. I'm just gonna keep it on the side. This is a ballpoint Uni Jetstream, but it's not like a very high maintenance pen. I'm not really worried about it or anything, so I'm just gonna keep it here and use that together because the color scheme is so on point with each other. I don't know, I really like it. So there is that. I love the charms on your passport. Thank you. This is the Starbucks Reserve Sakura. It's actually chipped off a little bit. I'm kind of sad. I think it's my fault though for just tossing this around with no abandon. And then this is just a 5 yen coin that I cleaned up from Japan. And then yes, this is a banana charm. This is a really kind gift from Judy because this shape, banana milk, is a very common thing in Korea. And so I bought a patch, like a banana milk patch from Creative Expo last year, and she remembered that and gifted me this little keychain. So I was like, oh, it's so cute. So I put it on my Passport Traveler's Notebook. Oh, you're going to Disney next month, Biberoni. How exciting. Oh, thank you, Peachy Green Paper. Yeah, I really like how they all look together as well. Mr. West says the chips look good, life means bums. Yeah, I just figured, I mean, I don't know how this happened. I just noticed it a while ago. I was like, no, but it's fine. I like patina. Like this notebook is all scratched up and stuff, so it makes sense. So happy lurking, Jasmine. Enjoy Disney. Pink Pearl says, I use that pen every day. One of my student workers says she loved it, so I gave her my extra one. Oh, cute. She also uses it every day. Yeah, I love the Jetstream. It works so nicely. Very reliable. Yes, banana uyu. Yeah, exactly. Korean brand milk is so good. Yeah, I've only ever had Korean banana milk a couple times. It's a very childhood flavor for me. It's also something that people drink at like the public baths and stuff. So yeah, so that is gonna be all together. So I will use this pen, and then I've been saving this Traveler's Town tag. This is the olive tag. I know it looks very dark, but it's the same color as the olive Traveler's Notebook. And one of the ideas and suggestions that Traveler's Company had on their blog, I think, was like to use this tag as like a little pen holder. So typically, I don't really know what to do with these tags because let's say, for example, I wanted to put it here, then I would have to kind of like make room for it like this. But I think I'm just gonna be brave and, you know, like, I know the gold foiling will probably flake off more easily this way, but I don't care. I'm just gonna use it like this. I'm just kind of doing like a little pretend setup right now. And then I'm gonna put the Hobonichi pen on the side. So that is taken, I think, directly from Traveler's Company. Like that was, you know, like you can use this tag to like decorate the front, or you can use it as like a little pen loop. And I was like, wait, I've never thought about using it like this. I always only thought about putting this like front and center in my traveler's notebook, which, I mean, it makes sense. It's a gorgeous tag, but I think I'm gonna use it like as a little loop. And that way I can have it all together. So this is like the setup where I feel like all the brands like come together. So I have my Nolty, but then I also have my Hobonichi pen, and then I have my Traveler's Company tag in a Traveler's notebook. And then I might also tab it with the Traveler's notebook stuff. So I guess the only brand that's missing from here is Plotter. But it's like all coming together. So it's really fun for me. I am excited to set this up and see how it goes. I bought a pen loop when I bought my cover, but I like this idea better. Oh, I mean, the pen loop works well too, depending on what kind of pen you have. But I'm just gonna keep this on the side. And I figured, again, because this is a Jetstream and it's not like one of my more expensive fountain pens or anything, like I can just stick it to the side and like toss it around. So yeah, the ultimate petri dish. Honestly, you could try to slide in the Plotter mini size fastener case into the band. Oh my god, I didn't think about that at all. Although I hope, fingers crossed, that the fastener cases will come back in stock, because I thought about it for a little too long and I missed out on it. I waited a little bit because I was like, let me think about this. Oh, it's coming, yay! Monday. Okay, sorry. That's not a part of my, well, actually it is a part of my Techo Kaigi, because I want to use one for my Bible size plotter to contain my stickers, my functional stickers. This is Traveler's Company. I do use these, and they're just kind of sitting in this, this is an old like sticky club, like A5 ring binder thing that I got with one of their kits, I think, a long time ago. And I just keep it in here. But if I had a fastener case, which is like a zipper case that fits perfectly into your plotter, then I could just cut this in half and just like keep these in there, and I would love that. So yeah. Hello Tavik, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Excitement is good. I was like, oh, okay. Because I really wanted that Bible size fastener case, and then also the mini size. Oh, now do I need two mini size? Because I wanted a mini size already for my actual plotter mini. Okay, that's a question for post stream, Chelsea. I will think about that this weekend. You need two? Okay, Penguins Creative is trying it for me now. Thank you, thank you. So that is where hopefully, and apparently, if I have a fastener case in here, all the brands will come together. That would be really funny. But yeah, I don't know how that would work though for me actually, because I already have this zipper case in here. So I might need to keep the fastener case for my actual plotter mini, and I'm gonna use that for like receipts and cash and stuff. Oh yes, Tavik! Oh my gosh, okay. Yes, they're restocking on Monday. We just found out. And I was actually in Tavik's stream yesterday, and Tavik was like, I missed out on the fastener case. I was like, me too. I came out of lurk to be like, me too. I thought about it too long and I missed it. So news. Yes, stationery breaking news. So super exciting. So we can get our plotter fastener cases now. So very excited for that. So that TLDR is my daily log for next year. Is this little note right here. So that is my Techo Kaigi. Let me try and put all this like extra stuff aside and kind of stack it together. Like a little photo op, but for stream. So many things. It's because of all the accessories and stuff. I feel like there's a lot of extra things going on. Okay. There you go. That's my Techo Kaigi. Oh, the Weeks is getting all covered and I really like the design. Maybe I'll swap it like this. There you go. That is my Techo Kaigi. Penguins Creative, thank you for checking. So the update is that the mini fastener case, this is the mini 6 fastener case, right? It fits in the Passport Traveler's Notebook really well. Okay, something else for me to think about. But yeah, this is my Techo Kaigi for 2024. These are the 4 books, so this will be my memory keeper, my planner, personal planner, my health journal, and my daily log. That is the quick summary of what I'll be doing for next year.